Welcome back. So this is the third in the series of real estate masterclass, and if you are still watching this, it's because you are hoping to make some money from the industry. And I have good news for you. You don't have to have $100,000 to buy a studio apartment at East Legon to invest in real estate. There are actually a lot of other ways where you can make some good revenue in the real estate industry, and I'm sure that's why we are here. So I'll be showing you. First, I'll talk about the various industries that even work together to contribute to the success of the industry. And then we'll go direct into the core technical business of construction and real estate and the people who work in those companies. So let's do this. Let's try this triangle. I hope my sketching skills are still there. Okay. And then something like this. This is not a bad pyramid, right? Yeah, if you don't like pyramids are everywhere. So real estate, you will usually have an investor, okay? Right? Then you have a client, okay? Or his representatives, okay? Then you have what should be your contractors. Okay, where contractor here doesn't mean just a building contractor, but every other person that works together in the industry. Then we have regulatory bodies somewhere in the middle. Okay, regulatory. Okay, so this is literally the only place that you need a lot of money as an investor. You have money and you are hoping to double your money in 5 or 10 or 15 years or 25 years or 50 years, or you have money and you're hoping to keep your money somewhere where cankerworms and distractors cannot destroy it. Okay, the Bible says store your treasures in heaven. So real estate is the heaven of the earth. Okay, literally, if you have a lot of money, this is the place you want to be. But you can be a contractor. You can render services in the industry for a pay. You may need a little bit of money for financial security to be able to do this before you get paid. Okay, you do a work or two, then you get paid. Okay, you can work with the regulatory bodies, lands commission, real estate associations, municipal assemblies, okay, and the like, and sometimes input and utilities. So let me put input and utilities, UTI, okay? So ECG, Ghana Water, okay, law firms and the like, they found themselves here, okay? Or you can be a client, you can be someone who is just coming to buy a unit, okay? Or you can be a representative of the client, you get me? So maybe you are a broker for a client, you find yourself in this space, okay? So these are the 3 or 4 people who would have worked together before a real estate transaction is finished. There's a way I can break this down into an even more, let's say, interesting categories. Okay, so maybe you can have something here. The regulatory bodies, you can have appraisals. Okay, I don't like to write long stuff with red. Okay, so I'll change the color. You can have banks. Where are the banks? Banks, they either support the investor or they support the client, because these are the people who spend money, okay? Banks and mortgages, okay? So you can actually be working in the bank and be helping your clients get mortgages, okay, from a property that investors have built, okay? So that's also something you can do. Then you can be a property manager. Property, PPT manager, MGT. Okay, so that's a client. A client has bought a property and then you are helping them manage. So you can manage it at a fee, maybe at a monthly salary, or you can manage it at a commission, literally, okay? That's great. Then the investor is usually the developer. That's what people like. If you don't have money, don't try to be a developer. Unless you are so smart and innovative, you have the best of networks, you can get people who have money to now invest into your project, which is a critical thing, which a few innovators guys actually do, okay? If you have that kind of credibility, you can do that, okay? Then you have law and attorney, okay? Let me tell you, there is no litigation-free land, at least in Africa. Not that there is no clean land, but if the land is litigation-free, it only means that it is not worth fighting over yet. Okay, so once the land appreciates, people begin to poke their eyes around, people begin to look for trouble around you. I didn't learn this early enough. That's why you realize that all real estate developers have interest in law. When you begin to make good money, you begin to deal in big transactions, you need a lawyer, because people can see things, say things, and deny it. People can write and deny it. People can say it was written under duress. So take this from me. Begin to take an interest in law, okay? Because once monies begin to go high, litigation is bound to happen. Remember this and keep it holy, okay? It's true. Then the federal agencies, I've mentioned them, right? And then let's talk about the technical guys. Technical guys, okay? The body's full. The technical guys is me and the other people who do this real estate thing, who you will say that the guy is into real estate. They do the back-to-back and a lot of work. So I'll be breaking the technical works up. So now these are the various places you can work and still have something to do with real estate, okay? You don't have to just study real estate in school. You can actually do a few other programs which I have outlined. But I'll be breaking it down like if you are in a real estate company, the specific works that are available in a real estate company, okay? So let me just claim this. This is the place you'll be interested in if you want to set up a real estate company as well. You need at least a rep, let's say developer, okay? You need at least a rep for each of these things, or someone who is versatile enough, okay, to do a few of these things at the same time. And if possible, if you want to go the organic route, it will be great if you can work each of these things at a point in your life. If you can work in one of these offices while building up your career, okay? So every office has an administrator, okay? So one, admin, okay, administrator. So this is the accountants, okay? And office reps, receptionist, okay? And the likes bookkeeping, okay? And the likes, they are admin. They make sure that whatever is being done is being documented, okay, is being represented. Or sometimes a project manager can also be an administrator, okay? Why am I jumping to? Okay, so 2 is logistics, okay? Logistics and administration work together literally, but sometimes you can write it differently. They are the people who buy the things that we need, okay? So transportation, busing of the guys, buying of the cement, okay? How they call purchasing officers, pricing of staffs is very, very necessary. Then in Ghana, I'm sure everywhere else in the world, but sometimes we take it as a unique problem. You need security, okay? People are going to steal your money. People are going to try to steal your cement. People are going to try to steal your electrical wires from your building. So you might think you are not running a security company. Why are they bothering you with this? But we are certainly going to need this. Security is a great issue, okay? Once we talk about security, let's talk about supervision, okay? This is the thing about supervision. In Ghana, people want to be paid because they have a degree. People want to be paid because they are amazing. People want to be paid because the company is for their anchor. Or they want to be paid because they came to work. But that's not why we get paid. You get paid as an equivalent of the value that you are bringing. So once you are accumulating a lot of workers, okay, you have a gang of people, you put them together to do some work. If you don't have a supervisor, you realize that they begin to lag behind. They become redundant. They are not producing the expected value. So you always need a supervisor. And sometimes you may think that the supervisor is expensive. He just stands there and watches everybody working, and then you want to get rid of him. And I tell people that if you think that your male animals are not reproducing, so you get rid of them, the female will also not produce. So that's one thing about supervisors. Their work is so critical, and they're also a link between admin, logistics, and security, and the next group of people that I'll be talking to. So don't forget these guys when you are doing your work. The next group of people that the supervisors usually work with is the techs, okay, or the technicians. Let's call them technicians, okay. Now these people have to expand it. This is where most people find themselves. So we have engineers, okay. Engineers. We have the very handy techniques, plumbers, okay. Plumbers, masons, okay. These are the people who are actually building the things. Operators, okay. They need to be supervised, okay. Sometimes storekeepers, okay. Carpenters, a lot of them, okay. Then you can even have cleaners. Cleaners can either be logistics or here, cleaning, okay, and the like. So all these people come in here. This is where the most job is actually created in the industry. The technicians, maybe logistics. Security is multifaceted. Every industry has security, so it might not be strictly real estate thing, okay. Admin, just one or two people. But here, especially if you want to build yourself, forge the value from the ground set, the most jobs are created here. So you will need at least one of each if you are building by yourself, okay. Then sometimes laborers, we call them human beings. You know human beings? So sorry, I don't know whether laborers watch my videos, but if you are a human being, you're watching my videos, this is an entry point for you into the industry. It's not a good place to be. Don't stay here for too long. At least you can come in through here. Maybe you are so young, you don't have any skill. A human being is someone who has a head, hands, legs. He can read, he can write, and when you say come here, he understands. When you say go, he understands. So you can come in like this, and then you now choose which of the professions you want to do. Then you begin to climb your way up, okay. And sometimes it seems as if these people don't make too much money. It's as you grow up the ladder that you make more money. I'll be showing you that maybe subsequently. So the laborers make the least, then the techs, then the supervisors, then the technical workers, okay, maybe like the engineers and the like, then the administrators, okay. But the best of the people that I love so much, that I left civil engineering to become, is this. Now these people, sometimes people like to put them in administrative, but I am separating them for the sake of this video. Marketing. I'm a marketer now, and when we finish the introduction to real estate, I'll be doing a full digital marketing presentation so that you understand. This is one of the easiest places to make money in real estate. It's also one of the most difficult. And anytime I tell people who find themselves anywhere else to come here, they say no, because there is too much pressure here. That's what they tell me to my face, okay? Because here, you earn a basic, but you act as a broker, okay? A representative of your boss, of your company, and you earn commissions or performance bonuses. So here, your earning is not capped. All the other places, usually, you will be defined, okay? This is your work, come to work at 8, close at 5, earn a salary. But as a marketer, okay, sometimes they ask you to come and do stuff that we don't usually like. But once you can find a way to sell more, you can earn more. And if you can sell $1 million property, even 1% is $10,000. You sell $1 billion property, you are a millionaire. You get that kind of thing. So I love this place so much. If you find yourself here, that will be great. If you are doing any of this stuff, you can still do this. You just need to build your networks. You just need to know the product. You just need to look for people who can buy. You just need to find a way to create value for your company, for your boss, and then your earning is uncapped. You get it? So think about it. If you can find yourself here, that would be great. If you are doing any of these things, especially if you want to own the company, if you want to be an investor, you want to do anything real estate, you need to develop this skill, okay? Because it's one of the greatest opportunities in real estate, okay? It's very difficult here, but it can be very lucrative here. Remember this and take it from me. So thank you very much. We're going to the next phase of things, and I'll be showing you a few more details about the earning opportunities, just as I'm beginning to tell you some of these stuffs, some of the opportunities in the industry, and how you can forge yourself into it. Okay, if you find this interesting, let me know in the comments. If you think there is something that I'm not talking about, let me know in the comments. If you have contrary ideas to something that I've taught, let me know in the comments. And if you think there are people who need to watch this, kindly like, subscribe, and share with people while it's still free. And when it's no longer free, call me, and then I'll give you the link to subsequent lessons. Thank you. See you in the next class.